Prismana forms are some of the rarest and most exciting Aniimo currently available in the beta, but the game doesn't do a great job explaining how you're actually supposed to find them. So over the last 20 hours, I collected my own data, performed dozens of nurtures, timed myself grinding, and documented everything I could about how the Prismana system actually works. In this guide, I'll show you how to unlock the Prismana Weather, how nurturing works, and answer the long-awaited question, are we able to get these creatures free to play? Just remember, Aniimo is currently still in beta, so everything in this video is subject to change. First off, what is a Prismana? Prismana are special forms of existing Animos that appear throughout every region of the game. They usually have unique elemental typings, incredible visual design, and unlock exclusive techniques for their family. While a few Prismana, like Prismana Iris, are obtained through quest, almost every other Prismana can only be encountered during Prismana Weather. To unlock the Prismanic Weather, you'll first need to progress through the story until the Breezy Plains branch becomes available. I expect the future continents will have their own branches as well. From there, you will infuse the branch using Lumen Amber found throughout the world. At Infusion 30, Nurturing becomes available for any region with the Bronze badge. At Infusion 60, you unlock the option to manually change the weather using Prismana crystals for every region with the Silver badge. The crystals guarantee a Prismana Weather event, although I suspect it'll eventually be tied to premium currency in the future. Once the Prismana Weather starts, the hard part is already over. A giant glowing beam of light appears somewhere in the region, showing exactly where the Prismana has spawned. Simply head over to the beam, pull out your special Antipod, and finally the hard work has paid off. If you don't want to use a Prismana crystal, nurturing is how you'll naturally trigger the weather. Every region has its own nurture branch. Nurturing creates a group appearance of 20 Aniimo based on the quality of your offering. Catching those Animos builds the region's prismatic energy. Once you're finished, you release that energy for a chance to trigger a Prismana Weather event. After successfully spawning a Prismana Weather event, the prismatic energy resets all the way back to empty, meaning you'll have to build it up back again for your next hunt. The premium method is pretty straightforward. Up to 10 times each day, you can spend Vein Essence to create additional offerings, and you also receive one offering roughly every 24 hours. Offerings range from common, slightly valuable, quite valuable, truly precious, and one of a kind. Better offerings produce higher tier Aniimo, which contribute more to the prismatic energy. One thing I discovered is that once you've reached an offering tier, adding more items doesn't help unless it upgrades the actual quality. So if you've already reached truly precious, adding more does not provide any extra benefit unless it's upgraded to one of a kind. Personally, I recommend using EXP fruits. Now fortunately, there's a completely free to play method to trigger nurtures. Simply catching Animos throughout the region has a chance to trigger a free group appearance. These are always common tier offerings, so most regions will only spawn Lumen Stage Aniimo. Interestingly, I didn't find catching higher tier Animos affected how often these free appearances appeared, so feel free to keep capturing all those Ember Pups. So how long does it take? Well, I tested this in 2 different regions. My first Prismana Weather event took about 3 hours of continuous farming, and the surprising part, the prismatic energy wasn't even full yet. In my second attempt, I wasn't so lucky and I ended up hitting the maximum state, and that run took roughly 4 hours. My first successful weather event happened after 42 nurture releases. Based on my data, I'd estimate it to take around 60 nurture releases before you're guaranteed to get a completely full prismatic energy meter. Not every region behaves the same. During my Tide Blossom Coast testing, Gamma Stage Aniimo occasionally appeared even from the common nurtures. Don't expect every region to perform identically. Now for my favorite statistic. How many Aniimo do you have to catch before getting a free group appearance? It can take anywhere from 50 to 98, or sometimes even 4. Yeah. I think it's safe to say that it is entirely RNG. I don't believe there to be a threshold. Across all of my testing, the average came about 53 catches with a standard deviation of 21, so don't expect any consistent results. One other interesting thing that happened during testing, despite only triggering common nurtures, I randomly received 2 slightly valuable group appearances. Based on my sample size, there's roughly a 5% chance that you'll get an additional tier up. It's rare, but it's a pleasant surprise. Now, let's talk about how much the grind actually costs. I started with about 5,100 Anipods. By the end, I had just under 1,600 remaining. If every catch used megapods, that's roughly 21 million credits worth of captures, but thankfully the game gives you a lot of that back. Turning in the Aniimos caught earned me over 7.4 million credits. Every nurture release also rewards 100,000 credits each, adding to about 4 million throughout the run. So my net cost for one Prismana ended up being closer to about 10 million credits. Now, before we finish, here's a little bonus that I haven't seen mentioned too much. Meet Glynsera. Unlike the other Prismanas we talked about, Glynsera isn't tied to any specific region. Instead, every time you release prismatic energy from a nurture branch, there's a chance for Glynsera to appear. I'm not sure if the offering quality affects the odds. In my case, it appeared releasing a truly precious offering. What I can tell you is that it's incredibly rare. I completed 4 different regional Prismana hunts before Glynsera finally appeared. And the best part is, notice how my prismatic state still says light. That's because Glynsera doesn't consume your regional progress, it doesn't replace your regional's Prismana, it doesn't reset your prismatic energy. It's simply a bonus encounter, so if Glynsera appears during your grind, enjoy the free surprise. Overall, I think the Prismana system is one of the better mechanics currently in the Aniimo Beta. The grind takes time, you'll burn through a mountain of Anipods, and you'll probably question your sanity after the 15th nurture, but every player has a realistic path to earning these special forms without spending premium currency, and I really appreciate that. If this guide helped you, I'd really appreciate a like, and in my next video I'll be ranking every Prismana currently available in the beta, and deciding which ones are actually worth hunting first. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.